June 6, 1944. 04:37 a.m. Bocage country, 3 kilometers southwest of Caen, Normandy. Rain hammers the earth like machine gun fire. Mud churns under the tracks of Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV Osfo H, call sign Tiger Echo 4, as it crouches in the shadow of a 1,000-year-old hedgerow. Inside the steel beast, the air hangs thick, sweat-soaked uniforms, diesel fumes, the metallic tang of oiled 75mm KWK-40 rounds stacked like grim promises. Becker presses his eye to the commander's episcope, rain streaking the vision slits. Visibility, 200 meters, maximum. A low rumble vibrates through the hull. Not thunder. Engines. American engines. Becker's lips twist into a sneer. Die Amis common, he mutters. Shapes materialize from the pre-dawn mist. Squat, low-slung hulks shouldering through apple orchards, their M4 Sherman profiles unmistakable even in the gloom. Rattenkäfige, Gunner Hans Schultz spits. Rat cages, Tommy cookers, toys. The crew erupts in bitter laughter, a pressure valve hissing. They've danced this dance before. El Alamein, Kasserine Pass. Those 75mm pea shooters couldn't dent a Panzer IV's frontal armor beyond 500 meters. Thin glacis plates begged for the KWK's bite. Becker grabs the radio handset. Panzergruppe West, this is Echo 4. Feindliche leichte Panzer im Anmarsch. Shermans 20 plus. Bereit zum Angriff. Over. Static crackles. Then, Echo 4, genehmigt. 21st Panzer Division in Bewegung. Zerschmettert sie. Becker's gloved hand tightens on the traverse wheel. Hans, traverse right 15 degrees, elevation -2. Ziel, Führender Sherman, Basis der Turm. The turret groans like a waking dragon. Loader Fritz Müller rams a Panzer Granate 39 home. You can feel the tension coiling, the Predator's patience fraying. First light bleeds through the clouds. The lead Sherman, Easy 8 variant, white star stark on its hull, crests a rise, 800 meters out. Perfect kill box. Becker's thumb hovers over the firing pedal. Fire. K-boom. The KWK-40 thunders. Orange muzzle flash lights the rain. The sabot round streaks invisibly, slamming the Sherman's front glacis dead center. Black smoke blossoms. Turret hatches fly. American crew bails out, splashing into ditches, M1 carbines clutched like talismans. Erster Treffer, Hans whoops. Becker's already hunting number 2. But wait, that's Sherman. It's still moving. Belching smoke, grinding forward on shattered tracks. Behind it? Not 2 replacements. 12. Waves. Coordinated bounding overwatch. Lead elements suppress. Flanks probe. Rears feed ammo from shadowed half-tracks. Becker's grin falters. Radios light up across the net. Echo 2, 3 kills. Tiger 19er, Sherman squadron flanked. Confidence surges. These are the same weaklings from Tunisia. But the numbers. How many godforsaken factories does America have? Shells scream inbound. One detonates 20 meters left, font of mud and shrapnel. Becker traverses frantically. Fire. Another Sherman erupts, secondary explosions ripping its ammo racks. Cheers again. But 2 more slot into position instantly. No pause, no fear. Their 50 cal HMGs hammer German infantry pinned in the Bocage ditches. Across the 21st Panzer's sector, the pattern repeats. Tigers claim 5-to-1 ratios. Panzers reload, traverse, kill. Dawn strengthens. Becker counts 40 Shermans now. 40? Where do they keep coming from? Then, a banshee wail splits the sky. Hawker Typhoons, rocket-armed angels of death. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker wipes rain from his episcope, heart still pounding from the Typhoon Pass. His Panzer IV squats hull down behind the hedgerow, barrel smoking. 2 Shermans burn in the field. 8 more prowl the mist, probing. But Becker's crew breathes easier now. They've faced these American tin cans before, and won. Flashback, May 1942. Gazala Line, Libya. Becker's old OSFD faces its first Shermans with the Africa Corps. Those early M4s? Laughable. 56 tons of Tiger Fury versus 30-ton Ronson lighters. The KWK-40's 75mm punched through Sherman glacis at 1,000 meters. American crews bailed at the first hit, turrets ringed with white surrender sheets. Otto Carius, Tiger Ace, later wrote, "Shermans ignited like torches. We called them Tommy cookers for a reason." Becker remembers Tunisia, February 43, Kasserine Pass. Americans panicked under 88mm fire, abandoning dozens of pristine M4s. He captured one himself, towed it back, drove it for laughs. Thin 50mm frontal armor, anemic 75mm M3 gun that bounced off Panzers beyond 300 meters, riveted plates that split under glancing hits. No wonder the crew mocked them. Detroit toys, Hans sneers, reloading, made by automobile workers. Across the net, confidence surges. Lieutenant Helmut von Schmidt, 21st Panzer's recon officer, reports, "Enemy armor inferior, standard engagement protocols." Tigers under Oberstleutnant Max Wachtel claim first blood. 1 Tiger Osef E-bags 4 Shermans in 5 minutes. 5-to-1 kill ratios. Standard. Expected. The Bocage favors defenders. Narrow lanes, perfect kill zones. Americans can't maneuver, can't mass, can't win. Becker keys the radio. Echo 4 to Gruppe West. Sherman quality unchanged. Request Tiger support for breakthrough. Reply. Tigers inbound. 12th SS Panzer en route. Hold positions. Relief washes over the crew. Fritz cracks a joke. By noon, this field will be an American graveyard. But doubt flickers. Why so many? Becker counts again. 50-plus Shermans now, from 2nd Armored Division, Combat Command A. Waves replacing losses instantly. In Tunisia, Americans ran. Here? They advance, methodically. Their radios chatter constantly, not panic but fire missions. Firefly, this is Thunder. Adjust fire. Over. Artillery incoming. Otto Carius faced this once. In his memoirs, Tigers in the Mud, he described Shermans as mass-produced mediocrity. But numbers mattered. Becker shakes it off. Numbers mean nothing against quality. 1 Tiger equals 10 Shermans. Simple math. Shells bracket his position. M7 Priest SPGs, 105mm HE. Bocage explodes around him. Hans traverses, spots a Sherman squadron, 6 M4A1s, hull down behind a farmhouse. They're learning, Becker mutters, but still toys. Then his radio man stiffens. Echo 4, from Tiger 1 Alpha. Enemy armor concentration exceeds projections. 200-plus units, Sector Blue. Luftwaffe delayed. 200? Becker's stomach knots. That's not a battalion, that's an army. Detroit, Michigan, January 1942. Fisher Body, Plant Number 1. The assembly line roars like a mechanical heartbeat. 50,000 workers, 3 shifts, 24 hours a day. No tanks yet, just luxury cars. Then Colonel Charles Kettering walks the floor, points to a Cadillac chassis. This line builds Shermans now. By April, the first M4 rolls out. Not one, 50 per day. You can hear the hammers falling, arc welders hissing, cranes swinging 30-ton hulls like toys. No German precision engineering, American mass production. Standardized parts from 2,000 suppliers. One snapped track? Pull from any GMC half-track stock. Engine trouble? Write R975 radial swaps in 4 hours. Tiger breakdowns? Weeks in specialized factories 1,000 miles away. By D-Day, America births 49,234 Shermans. Germany? 1,347 Tigers. 6,000 Panzers total. Simple math crushes Panzer aces. Each Sherman costs $33,000. Tiger? $100,000 plus 300,000 man-hours. Becker's crew laughs at toys. Factory managers laugh at spreadsheets. Flash to Lima Locomotive Works, Ohio. They pioneer the Easy 8, M4A3E8 with 76mm high-velocity guns that finally threaten Tigers. Not elite units. Every tank battalion gets them. 2nd Armored Division lands 250 on D-Day. Each reliable, each replaceable. Across the ocean, Mulberry Harbors, artificial ports towed from England, unload 12,000 vehicles, day one. Shermans drive off landing craft straight into battle. No railheads, no depots. Direct to frontline. German logistics, rail lines bombed to rubble. Fuel rationed at 10 liters per Panther per day. Becker's radio crackles. Echo 4, supply trucks hit, ammo low. He curses. His Panzer IV burns 500 liters per 100 kilometers. Sherman's? 200. And endless. Back in Bocage, Becker traverses, spots another Sherman wave. But these aren't early M4s. A3 variants, Ford GAA V8 engines, wider tracks for mud. Hobart treads gripping Normandy slime. And behind them, M10 tank destroyers with 3-inch guns. Not tanks, killers. Otto Carius wrote, "1 Tiger equals 5 Shermans." But what about 50 or 500? Becker's gunner Hans reloads, last AP round. "They're everywhere," Fritz whispers. Engines growl closer, not fear, calculation. Then spotter reports. Shermans massing for assault, crab flails inbound. Flails? Chain-whipping mine clearers. Bocage nightmare just got worse. Tiger OSV commander's cupola, 1,300 meters out. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker peers through his Zeiss optics, range-finding the Sherman column. Lead tank, M4A1, 57mm glacis sloped at 56 degrees. Effective thickness, 90mm max. His KWK-40's Panzer Granite 39 APC-BC penetrates 120mm at 500 meters. Point-blank kill. Inside the turret, loader Fritz racks another round. "Ein Schuss, ein Treffer," Hans mutters. 1 shot, 1 hit. Tigers claim 10-1 ratios. Reality, 5-1 on good days. Becker remembers training films. Tiger's 88mm KWK 36 slices, Sherman's like butter. 185mm penetration at 1 km. Sherman M3 75mm 90mm max. Muzzle velocity 620 MSOS versus Tiger's 810. Panther OSFD even better. 75mm KDOK 42, 150mm penetration. Sherman turret face 76mm, side armor 38mm, rear 25mm tinfoil. Germans designed for duels. Americans? Mass. Becker's Panzer IV, OSFEH, 80mm mantlet, sloped 80mm hull. Sherman can't hurt him frontally beyond 200 meters. Radio net buzzes triumph. SS Obersturmführer Michael Wittmann's 101st SS Heavy Panzer Battalion reports first kills. Tiger 205, 4 Shermans destroyed. Becker grins. Wittmann, the butcher of Villers-Bocage, 138 kills. Unbeatable. But specs lie. Tiger weighs 57 tons. Ground pressure, 15 psi. Bocage mud swallows them. Sherman, 30 tons, 11 psi. Floats through orchards. Tiger engine, Maybach HL230, 700 HP, breaks down every 100 km. Sherman Wright R975, 400 HP but bulletproof, 200 km between failures. Becker traverses left, spots M4 dozer tank ripping hedgerow like cardboard. Those duckbill extended tracks gripping mud. His Panzer IV wallows, belly dragging. Germans built cathedrals. Americans built tractors. Shells bracket again. M7B2 priests, 105mm howitzers. Blast waves rock his tank. "Artie!" Fritz yells. Becker spots the SPGs. Open top, fast, deadly. Not tanks. Artillery platforms shadowing Shermans. Combined arms. Across 21st Panzer sector, Tigers claim 20 kills. Losses? 3 Tigers brewed up by flanking maneuvers. Priests, Typhoons. Becker counts Shermans. 80 now. 80? His loader's down to smoke rounds. Otto Carius faced this math at Malaneva. 1 Tiger versus 40 T-34s. Survived? Barely. Here? Worse. No open step. No maneuver room. Bocage turns Tigers into sitting ducks. Radio man stiffens. Echo 4, Panzergruppe West. Enemy deploying upgunned Shermans. 76mm guns confirmed. Extreme caution advised. 76 mm? Becker's blood chills. M4A3E8 EZ8s, hypervelocity, 76mm M1 guns, 124mm penetration at 1 km. Finally match KWK-40. Not toys anymore. Distant rumble grows. Flail chains whipping. Crab tanks inbound. The Bocage itself about to break. June 6, 1944. 05:45 a.m. Sword Beach sector, 5 kilometers east of Oistrom. Dawn's gray light bleeds through the clouds. Hauptmann Hans von Luck's 125th Panzer Grenadiers dig in along hedgerow lines. STG-44s clutched against the chill. Across the misty fields, the 1st American armor appears, not probing patrols. Invasion battalions. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV, relocated to forward positions, hull down in a sunken lane. His optics sweep the horizon. M4A1 Shermans from 2nd Armored Division CCA, duckbills gripping the mud, not scattered. Columns, 30 tanks strong, spaced for mutual support. Behind them, M3 half-tracks disgorge GIs with bazookas. Methodical, professional. Becker keys the radio. Echo 4 to Gruppe West. Sherman Battalion advancing, estimated 200 vehicles total sector. Infantry support confirmed. Reply crackles. 21st Panzer counterattacking. Tigers engaging at point 213. Engines growl louder. The lead Sherman, EZ8, radio whip antenna swaying, halts 900 meters out. Turret traverses slowly. Searching. Inside Becker's turret, tension coils. Hans range finds. 850 meters. Perfect KWK range. Fritz loads tungsten core APCR, Sherman killer. Becker's thumb twitches. Fire. The 75mm roars. Shell punches the Sherman's turret ring. Secondary explosion. Turret flies 20 meters. Crew never emerges. Cheers erupt. Einer weniger. But that Sherman? First of 20 rolling over the rise. No pause, no scatter. The column tightens, flanks probing orchards. Their commander, Major Charles Collins, 66th Armored Regiment, shouts over the net. Thunder actual, execute bounding overwatch. Crab tanks forward. Becker counts. Sherman dozers ripping Bocage gaps. Crab flails. Shermans with rotating chain drums, whipping minefields into submission. Chains crack like bullwhips, hurling mines skyward. German PaK-40 gunners scurry for new positions. The Bocage maze cracking open. Across the front, pattern repeats. At Juno Beach, 27th Armored Brigade's Shermans clash with 21st Panzer's Mark IVs. Tigers under SS Hauptsturmführer Jürgen Wessel claim 6 kills near Althi. But Shermans replace losses instantly. From beaches, from Mulberry A, 146 tanks landed by noon. More hourly. Becker traverses right. Spots M10 Wolverine tank destroyers. 3-inch guns, open tops, fast. Not tanks. Ambushers. They hull down behind wrecked Shermans, baiting Panzers. His radio man reports, Echo 2 destroyed by flanking M10. Tiger support delayed. Mud. Shells scream inbound. M7 priests again, 105mm fire missions walking steel plows through German positions. Bocage explodes, dirt raining on Becker's cupola. Traversing! Hans yells. Another Sherman squadron appears. Fireflies. British Sherman IECs with 17-pounder guns. 100mm penetration. Tiger killers. Distant Panther bruise spectacularly, flanked by 2 Fireflies, priest support. Becker's loader down to 6 rounds. The toys multiply. 50 now. 60. Dawn reveals the truth. Not a raid. Invasion. Endless. Radio man pales. Gruppe West. Enemy armor estimate revised. 2,000 tanks Normandy front. Luftwaffe sortie denied. 2,000. Becker's world tilts. The laughter dies. June 6, 1944. So 6:30 a.m. Hedgerow Crossroads, 2 kilometers south of Bayeux. Sun burns through the clouds, turning rain-slick Bocage into a steaming cauldron. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV. Osef H. squats in perfect ambush position. Hull down behind a stone farmhouse. 75mm KWK-40 trained on the sunken lane. 3 Shermans burn in his kill tally already. His crew's blood is up. Radio net crackles with triumph. SS Obersturmführer Michael Wittmann's Tiger 205 reports. 6 enemy tanks destroyed. Advancing. Across 21st Panzer Division, Panzer aces rack up kills like arcade scores. Lieutenant Helmut von Schmidt's Mark IV bags 4 M4A1s at point blank. Crew surrenders, hands high. Tigers under Oberstleutnant Max Wachtel claim 12-1 ratios near Caumont. Standard engagement, von Schmidt laughs over the net. Shermans shatter like glass. Becker spots his next victims. Sherman platoon from 3rd Armored Division, probing the crossroads. Lead tank, M4A3, early model, thin glasses, creeps forward at 10 kph. 600 meters. Perfect. Hans, traverse right 5 degrees. Fritz, tungsten APCR. Turret winds smoothly. Loader slams the sabot round home. Becker's thumb depresses. Kaboom! The shell punches through the Sherman's front like tinfoil. Ammo cook-off. Catastrophic brew-up. Turret launches skyward, trailing flame. Number 4, Hans whoops. Crew high-fives through the periscope. GIs bail from trailing tanks, diving into ditches. Bazooka teams scurry forward. 60mm shoulder-fired rockets, harmless against frontal armor. Becker traverses left, spots flanker attempting to break right. 400 meters. Fire. Direct turret ring hit. 5th kill. Smoke rises like signal fires across the battlefield. You can hear the German net singing. Panzer Grenadier Battalion reports 20 Sherman wrecks. Tiger 007, 8 confirmed. Otto Carius's training manual proven true. 1 quality Panzer equals 10 mass-produced toys. Wittmann pushes forward, his 88mm KBUK-36 claiming a 9th victim, a rare M4 dozer tank, its blade crumpled like paper. Becker reloads, scans for number 6. Endless Sherman columns feed from the beaches. 2nd Armored's CCA alone fields 400 tanks. But losses mount. 50 destroyed in first 2 hours. Acceptable. Replaceable. His Panzer IV burns hot but reliable, Maybach engine purring. American Wright Continentals seize in the mud, GIs cursing roadside. Across the sector, 12th SS Panzer Division's Tigers counterattack near Authie. SS Hauptsturmführer Jürgen Wessel's Heavy Battalion shreds an entire Sherman company. 14 kills, minimal losses. Von Luck's Grenadiers mop up with Panzerfausts, STG-44s chattering. The Bocage bleeds American steel. Becker grins wolfishly. By noon, this road becomes our graveyard for them. Fritz cracks walnuts from his rations. Confidence peaks. These aren't soldiers. Assembly line fodder. Then radio man stiffens. Echo 4, Gruppe West urgent. Enemy armor losses negligible. Replacements landing faster than kills. Typhoon cap overhead. Break off, regroup. Negligible? Becker peers through optics. Horizon crawls with more Shermans. Not breaking. Accelerating. June 6, 1944. 08:15 a.m. Crossroads Graveyard, Normandy Bocage. Wreckage litters the fields like broken toys. 17. Sherman hulks smolder. Black smoke coiling skyward. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV. Osfo H racks up 7 kills, barrel smoking, victory tallies scratched on the mantlet. His crew sweats but grins. The net sings with Panzer triumphs. But something shifts. Becker sweeps Zeiss optics across the horizon. Not fewer Shermans. More. Endless columns snake from Sword Beach. 2nd Armored Division's Combat Command B joins the fray. 200 fresh M4A3s churning mud into rivers. Losses? 60 tanks destroyed sector-wide. Replacements? 146 landed by 0900. Mulberry Harbors disgorge steel waves straight to front line. Radio crackles urgently. Echo 4, Gruppe West. Enemy logistics exceed projections. 500 vehicles ashore Utah sector alone. Ammunition expenditure critical. Becker's stomach knots. His loader Fritz down to 4 AP rounds, smoke shells only. Panzer IV guzzles 500 liters per 100 column. Shermans sip 200, endless fuel Bowsers shadowing columns. Across the net, cracks appear. Tiger 007 reports, flanked by M10 destroyers, tracks damaged. Request recovery. SS Obersturmführer Wittmann's advance stalls, Sherman dozers ripping Bocage faster than Tiger's reposition. Hauptmann von Luck's grenadiers pinned by 50 cal HMGs, bazooka teams shredded by Koch's M1919s. Combined arms, not tank duels. Industrial warfare. Becker traverses left, spots horror. Sherman crab flail tanks, modified M4s with rotating chain drums, whipping minefields into oblivion. Chains crack like thunder, flinging Teller mines skyward. German PaK-40 positions exposed. GIs swarm forward behind, bazookas probing flanks. His radio man yelps. Echo 2 brewed up, flanked by crab tanks. You can feel the math crushing. Tigers claim 5-1 ratios. Beautiful. But 500 Shermans become 1,000 by noon. 12th SS reports 30 kills. Then 3 Tigers lost to M7 Priest 105mm barrages. Open-top SPGs shadow every column, fire missions walking death through Bocage. No escape. Becker fires his last tungsten APCR. Number 8, Sherman turret ring shattered. Cheers die fast. Horizon writhes. M4A1 dozers with Rhino hedgerow cutters, welded steel tusks punching through centuries-old banks like butter. Ambush reversed. Panzers exposed. Otto Carius faced numbers at Malinava. 1 Tiger versus 40 T-34s. Survived by maneuver. Here, Bocage traps. No retreat. Engines growl closer. 100 Shermans now visible. American voices crackle on captured radios. Fireball red, advance to phase line green. Priests, fire mission. Radio man pales. Panzer Gruppe West, Typhoon wings inbound. All units seek cover immediately. The sky darkens with rockets. June 6, 1944, 09 a.m. Bocage Inferno, 4 kilometers northwest of Bayeux. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV. Osef H cowers in a shallow dip, engine idling, last AP round chambered. Sherman wrecks ring his position like a crown of thorns, 8 kills, but the horizon crawls with 150 more M4s. Then the sky screams. Hawker Typhoons, rocket Typhoons, plunge from 5,000 feet like dive bombers from hell. 60-pound RP-3 rockets trail white smoke, 8 per wing. No warning, no evasion. The lead Tiger Osef E, 200 meters right, vanishes in a cataclysm. 60 tons hurled skyward by direct turret hit, flames licking ammunition racks. Secondary explosions bloom like black flowers. Becker dives for the hatch as blast waves rock his Panzer IV. Hedgerows disintegrate, Bocage centuries old vaporized into splinters. Flak, flak hoch, he bellows, but 20mm flak guns shredded by strafing cannons. Typhoons pull up, 20mm Hispano-Suizas chewing tracks, engines, optics. 1 Panther slews helplessly, rubber road wheels shredded, abandoned by crew. Radio net dissolves into panic. Tiger 205 hit, Wittmann breaking off. Echo 2 destroyed, Typhoon rockets. Luftwaffe denied, weather. No Messerschmitts, no FW-190s. RAF owns the sky. 2,000 sorties by noon. Becker's world shakes. Near miss showers his cupola with dirt, shrapnel pinging like hail. Shermans seize the moment. M4 dozers rip gaps wider, crab flails whip minefields clear. GIs swarm forward behind smoke screens, bazookas probing wrecks for survivors. Combined arms perfected. Tanks suppress, Typhoons shatter, infantry mops up. No duels. Attrition. Across Sword Beach sector, 21st Panzer loses cohesion. Hauptmann von Luck's 125th Panzer Grenadiers shredded. STG 44 positions strafed, Panzerfausts crushed under treads. Tigers claim kills between passes but pay dearly. 3 heavies lost to rockets, 2 to flanking M10s exploiting chaos. Kill ratio plummets to 3-1. Becker peers out, smoke clears. Sherman columns advance unmolested, M7 Priests rolling with them, 105mm barrels elevated. His radio man whimpers, Gruppe West, Casualty rate unsustainable. 12th SS withdrawing to Caen perimeter. Withdrawing? Day 1? Otto Carius never faced this. Eastern Front had Stukas. Here? Nothing. Becker traverses frantically, spots Sherman Squadron, 6 M4A3E8 EZ8s, 76mm guns hunting. No more toys. Predators. Distant rumble grows. Not engines. Artillery. 155mm long toms from USS Texas offshore, shells arcing 20 miles. Bocage quakes. Becker's crew exchanges glances. The trap reversed. Germans become the rats. Radio man screams, "All units, crab tanks breaching main line, enemy mechanized infantry inbound." The Bocage maze about to shatter. June 6, 1944. 11:00 a.m. Main hedgerow line, 3 kilometers southeast of Bayeux. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV, Osf H crouches in a reverse slope position, engine cold, crew silent. Typhoon wrecks smolder nearby, twisted Tiger hulks, Panther turrets blown 50 meters. Sherman columns paused during the airstrikes. Now they move again. Different. Faster. Becker peers through his episcope. Lead elements no longer standard M4s. Sherman dozers, M4s with steel blades welded forward, slam into Bocage banks like battering rams. Centuries-old hedgerow roots splinter, earth cascades. Behind them, rhino cutters, welded steel tusks protruding from Sherman glacis plates, ripping through banks like hot knives through butter. No more ambush safety. Gaps torn wide enough for 3 tanks abreast. Radio net gasps. Echo 4, main line breached at point 112, crabs clearing paths. Crab flail tanks churned forward, 12-foot rotating drums whipping chains at 240 RPM. Teller mines explode harmlessly skyward, chain links crackling like machine guns. German PaK-40 anti-tank guns, backbone of Bocage defense, exposed, abandoned, or crushed under treads. Becker traverses right, spots the horror. M4A3 dozer tanks from 747th Tank Battalion, Hobart pattern extended tracks gripping mud where tigers bog. Sergeant Kelly's C Company leads, 6 dozers punching 20-meter gaps in 10 minutes. Behind them, 66th Armored Regiment's Shermans pour through, no longer funneled into kill zones. Flanks secure. Mutual support. Across the sector, 21st Panzer's dream dies. Hauptmann von Luck's 125th Panzer Grenadiers flanked in open fields, STG-44s outranged by M1 Garands, 30 cal Brownings. Panzerfaust teams shredded by Koch's M19-19s before 30 meters. Tigers attempt counterattacks but belly flop in craters. 57-ton ground pressure versus Sherman's 11 psi flotation. Becker fires smoke, last rounds, buying seconds. But rhinos punch through his left flank. M10 Wolverine tank destroyers exploit the gap, 3-inch guns hunting Panzers from 1,500 meters. His radio man screams. Tiger 007 immobilized, Rhino breach, Echo 2 brewed by M10 flank shot. Kill ratios invert. Germans lose 3 Panzers per breach. Shermans flow like water. Replacements from Mulberry Bee Harbor, 300 landed since dawn. Major Collins's combat command. A rolls intact, calling adjusted fire missions. Thunder actual, Fireball red, danger close, over. M7B2 priests answer with 105mm hurricanes. Otto Carius's open step maneuvers useless here. Bocage turns from fortress to sieve. Becker spots Sherman Crab commander waving forward, grinning through dust. American voices captured on radio. Push it, boys. Cans waitin'. Distant Panther detonates spectacularly. Flanked through new gap, no escape. Becker's loader clutches empty racks. Engines thunder closer, no more walls, only fields. Radio man whispers, Grupa West, fall back to secondary line. 76mm Shermans confirmed front line. The upgunned threat arrives. June 6, 1944, 13:30 p.m. Breached Bocage line, 2 kilometers north of Tilly-sur-Seulles. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker's Panzer IV Osfe H limps on damaged tracks, relocated to hasty fallback positions amid shattered farmhouses. Rhino cutters tore his ambush network apart. Now the horizon crawls with the real threat. M4A3E8, Easy 8s. Shermans reborn with 76mm high-velocity M1 guns. No more pea shooters. Becker range finds through cracked optics. Lead Easy 8, 1-200 meters out. Turret ring marked B11, 2nd Armored Division. That 76mm penetrates 124mm armor at 1 km, matches his KWK-40 exactly. Sloped glacis effective thickness jumps to 100 mm with new T66 HVAP rounds. Ford GAA V8 engines howl, wider grousers chewing bocage mud where tigers spin wheels. RadioNet erupts in alarm. Echo 4, Grupa West confirmed, Easy 8's front line. Penetration equals Panther. Switch to flanking shots only. Becker's blood chills. Yesterday's toys now dual equals. His gunner Hans traverses frantically, spotting squadron. 8 Easy 8s, hull down behind hedgerow remnants, coordinated fire. First shot, flash. Shell glances his mantlet with deafening clang. Armor holds, barely. Across 21st Panzer sector, upgunned Shermans rewrite rules. At point 103, Captain James Rose's C Company, 67th Armored Regiment, ambushes retreating Mark IVs. 3 Panzers brewed at 900 meters, crews incinerated. No bailing out. Otto Carius's nightmare. Massed 76mm overwhelm even tigers. SS Obersturmführer Wittmann reports first Easy 8 duel. Enemy upgunned. Tiger 205 optics damaged, falling back. Becker fires first, smoke round, buying seconds. But Easy 8s fan out surgically. 2 suppress with Hae, 2 flank left orchard, 2 call priest fire support, 2 reserve with Koch's MGs pinning grenadiers. Combined arms evolved. His loader Fritz screams, "No AP left, smoke only." Panzer IV reduced to decoy. Shell whistles inbound. Easy 8 76mm punches his rear sponson. Alarms wail. Fuel leak. Crew bails into ditch as black smoke billows. From mud, Becker watches horror. Panther OSFG attempts counterattack, 75mm KWK-42, dueling Easy 8. Equal guns. But 3 Shermans swarm, 1 frontal, 2 flanks. Panther turret ring penetrated. Catastrophic explosion. You can hear American net confidence, B11 to Thunder. Actual, Panther down, advance phase line blue. Major Collins pushes CCA intact. 250 tanks landed, 200 combat effective. Lima locomotive works gift, 76mm. Shermans flood every battalion, no elite units needed. Kill ratios collapse. Tigers claim 2-1 now. 12th SS Heavy Battalion loses 4 heavies to flanking 76mm M10 support. Hauptmann von Luck's infantry evaporates under barrage. Shermans roll over positions unchallenged. Becker crawls to wrecked radio, catches fragments. Supply lines severed, fuel critical, 76mm everywhere. Engines growl closer. No escape. His superior Panzer? Junk. Radio man gasps final transmission. Panzergruppe West, total collapse sector green. Falaise fallback ordered. God help us. The pocket begins to form. June 6, 1944, 1600 p.m. Fallback positions, Tilly-sur-Seulles outskirts. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker huddles in a shattered command post with remnants of his Panzer Grenadier platoon, Panzer IV, a smoldering wreck 500 meters back. Easy 8s prowl the horizon, 76mm guns hunting. But the real killer isn't guns, it's trucks, American trucks. From his foxhole, Becker watches the horror unfold. Sherman columns don't advance alone. Endless logistics trains snake behind. GMC CCKW 2.5-ton trucks, 12,000 landed, day 1, ammo pallets stacked like cordwood. M7 priests reload mid-battle, 105mm shells fed from shadowed half-tracks. Fuel Bowsers pump 80 octane into Shermans without pause. No railheads, no depots, direct-to-kill zone. German supply? Catastrophe. Rail lines bombed to rubble by B-17s. Panzer IVs rationed 10 liters per day, crawl speed only. Tigers burn 200 liters per 100 km. Maybach engines starving. Hauptmann von Luck's 125th Panzer Grenadiers down to 20% ammo. Panzerfausts dry. 21st Panzer Division's fuel dump at Cannes hit by Typhoons, 300,000 liters up in flames. Radio fragments paint despair. Echo sector, ammo zero, fuel critical. Tigers immobilized. SS Obersturmführer Wittmann's heavy battalion stranded. 8 Tigers operational, rest bogged or dry. Otto Carius's memoirs never mentioned this. Tanks without gas, worse than wrecks. Across Normandy, mulberry harbors work miracles. Artificial ports disgorge 146,000 tons supplies. Day 1. Rhino Ferries Beach, 400 vehicles hourly. Engineers bridge craters with Bailey spans under fire. Shermans tow wrecks rearward, not abandoned, recovered, repaired overnight. 2nd Armored Division fields, 400 tanks D-Day Eve. Losses? 80. Combat effective, 350. Becker spots the math. 1 wrecked Sherman equals 3 hours factory time. 1 Tiger? 6 months. American GIs jury-rig tracks with truck parts, swap right engines field side. Germans? Specialized factories 400 kilometers rear, bombed nightly. Night falls. American truck headlights pierce darkness, thousands rolling unmolested. No Luftwaffe. RAF night fighters own skies. Von Luck's men starve. K rations captured from dead GIs. Chocolate. Cigarettes. Luxury. Dawn breaks. Becker peers out. Sherman dozers widen breach. Behind them, fresh battalion, full tracks, racks loaded. Major Collins's CCA punches 10 kilometers inland. 12th SS counterattack collapses, tanks out of fuel, crews walking. Radio man clutches dead set. Panzergruppe West silent, fuel convoys destroyed, Falaise pocket forming. Engines thunder. Wittmann's last stand approaches. June 13, 1944. 0900 a.m. Villers-Bocage, 20 kilometers south of Cannes. SS Obersturmführer Michael Wittmann's Tiger 205 roars through narrow streets, 88mm KWK 36-barrel elevated like a guillotine. The Tiger ace, 138 kills from Kharkov to Kursk, spots his targets. British 7th Armored Division's Shermans strung out along the main road. Breakfast ambush. Wittmann keys the radio. Tiger 205 engaging. Weyer Cromwell's vernichtet. His gunner fires from 800 meters. First Sherman turret sails skyward, Firefly next. In 5 minutes, Wittmann claims 14 kills, 6 Cromwells, 4 half-tracks, 3 carriers, 1 Sherman. British column shattered. German net erupts. Wittmann strikes again. Advance secured. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker, reassigned to 101st SS Heavy Panzer Battalion after his Panzer IV loss, watches from a shattered church steeple. Pride swells. Wittmann, the Panzer legend, proves the myth. 1 Tiger equals battalions, but Becker sees the cracks. Wittmann's Tigers advance alone, no infantry, no recon. Fuel gauges flicker red. Mechanics curse Maybach breakdowns. British recover fast. Major A.F. Roberts's 4th County of London Yeomanry regroups behind smoke. RAF Typhoons circle. Wittmann pushes forward, ambition overriding caution. His Tiger 205 turns corner into kill zone. Hidden Sherman Fireflies with 17-pounder guns, PAT teams in windows. Rocket-propelled grenades rain. 1 strikes turret, optics shattered. Radio screams. Tiger 205 immobilized, flankers inbound. Wittmann bails, crew sprinting for cover. British infantry swarm, sticky bombs on tracks. M5A1 Stuarts harass from alleys. Wittmann reaches SS command post. Gunfire closes. Last transmission. Heavy casualties. Position untenable. Becker witnesses horror. Tiger 205 brewed by flanking Firefly 17-pounders. 57 tons of superiority reduced to slag. Across Villers-Bocage, Wittmann's battalion claims 20 kills, loses 6 Tigers. Otto Carius's formula fails. Quality can't outrun combined arms. By noon, British counterattack crushes SS positions. 12th SS Panzer Division bleeds, 50% armor strength gone. Becker retreats with survivors, passing Wittmann's wrecked Tigers. The ace? never found. Buried with his myth. Back at Tilly-sur-Seulles, Becker joins remnants. Radio silent, no fuel, no ammo. Endless Shermans grind forward, easy eights, dozers, priests. Falaise pocket tightens. Radio man whispers, Panzer Gruppe West, pocket closing, no escape. The endgame begins. August 12, 1944. Falaise Gap, Normandy pocket. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker crouches in a ditch amid 100,000 shattered Germans. 21st Panzer, 12th SS, survivors from Caen to Argenton. 2 months since D-Day mockery. Now the trap snaps shut. Canadian 4th Armored Division's Shermans seal the Eastern Gap, Polish 1st Armored from west. 2,000 Allied tanks encircle 50 German divisions. No escape. Becker peers through binoculars. Horizon crawls with easy eights, 76mm guns elevated, dozers widening kill zones. RAF Typhoons own skies, rockets falling like rain. Major Collins' 2nd Armored Veterans grind forward, losses replaced overnight. German Tigers, 200 operational Normandy-wide, fuel, 0. Ammo, scraped from wrecks. Radio fragments scream despair. Panzer Gruppe West encircled. Breakout attempt failed. SS Obersturmführer Jürgen Wessel's heavies attempt spearhead. 6 Tigers charge gap, claim 12 Shermans. Then M7 priests blanket 105mm barrage. Survivors flee on foot. Hauptmann von Luck's 125th Panzer Grenadiers reduced to 300 men. STG-44s dry. Panzerfausts used as clubs. Becker watches horror. Endless Sherman columns from every direction. Mulberry harbors delivered 2.5 million tons supplies. Germans? 50,000 tons lost in pocket. Otto Carius's memoirs end here. 1 Tiger ace captured, walking with hands raised. Wittmann's legend dust. Artillery walks, steel plows through pocket. 155-meter long toms from USS Texas. 240-meter howitzers inland. Earthquakes. Trees uproot. Becker clutches soil as shells bracket. 50 meters, 30, 20. Survivors stampede single road. Argenton Falaise Highway. Typhoons strafe columns. 50 cals from Sherman stitch survivors. 10,000 dead in 48 hours. Night falls. American truck headlights illuminate hellscape. GIs share K rations with stunned prisoners. Hell of a scrap, Fritz. Becker surrenders, hands high. GI offers Hershey bar. Sweetness chokes him. Horizon burns. Shermans churning to Paris, Rhine. Pocket claims 50,000 Germans killed, wounded, 50,000 captured, 344 tanks destroyed. Allies lose 5,000 tanks total Normandy, replaced weekly. Becker marched to captivity, passing endless Sherman columns. Toys? No. Assembly line gods. 2 days later, Paris liberated. Sign bridges next. September 1944. Camp Shanks, New York. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker stares through barbed wire at endless American abundance, trucks rumbling past with fresh Sherman crates, GIs tossing footballs, Red Cross girls handing out Coca-Cola. 2 months from Normandy mud. His hands still tremble, remembering Falaise. The laughter? Vapor. Interrogators don't torture, they show. Factory films. Detroit churning 50 Shermans daily. Lima Locomotive Works welding 76mm turrets. Chrysler Arsenal spitting M10s. Becker breaks first day. Numbers, he whispers. Not tanks. Factories. His testimony joins 100,000 German POWs echoing same truth. Otto Carius, Tiger ace captured at Malinava, writes, Tigers in the mud. 1 Tiger equals 5 T-34s, but 50? Impossible. Normandy POWs confirm, Tigers claimed 5-1 ratios. Allies landed 6,000 tanks, Germans fielded 1,500. Math crushed Panzer myth. Hauptmann von Luck's memoirs, Shermans weren't superior, they were infinite. Becker recalls captured radio. You fight tanks, we fight physics. Truth. Mulberry harbors delivered 2.5 million tons supplies. Germans lost 50,000 tons in Falaise alone. Tigers stranded. Maybach engines dead without 200 liters per 100 column. Shermans sipped 200, endless Bowsers trailing. SS Obersturmführer Jürgen Wessel, 12th SS survivor, interrogated at Camp Shelby. Typhoons decided it. No Luftwaffe, no maneuver. Just rockets. RAF flew 2,000 sorties daily. Luftwaffe? 50 planes total Normandy. Becker nods. Wittmann's last stand? Bold. Doomed. Fireflies with 17-pounders waited in alleys. Camp lectures show charts. Sherman reliability 200 kilometers between failures. Tiger, 100 kilo. Field repairs. GIs swapped tracks with truck parts. Tigers needed factories 400 kilometers rear, bombed nightly. POW Kurt Meyer, 12th SS commander. We built cathedrals. Americans built tractors that worked. Becker gains weight on K rations. Reads Stars and Stripes. Learns 49,234 Shermans built. 1,347 Tigers. Each Sherman $33,000. Tiger $100,000 plus 300,000 man-hours. Industrial truth sinks deep. No wonder Bocage fell. No wonder Paris fell. No wonder Rhine awaits. One night Becker overhears GI. Market Garden next. Airborne drops. More tanks. Becker stares east. The toys march on. October 1944. Camp Shanks, New York. Oberfeldwebel Karl Becker traces tank silhouettes in Camp Dirt. Sherman versus Tiger. The laughter from Normandy dawn. Ancient history. Falaise ghosts haunt him. But truth crystallizes. Panzer myth died not in duels, but arithmetic. Normandy ledger. Allies landed 6,000 tanks. Germans fielded 1,500. Tigers claimed 1,200 kills. Beautiful. Allies lost 5,000 tanks total campaign, replaced weekly. Germans, 2,500 irreplaceable Panzers. Detroit built 49,234 Shermans. Germany managed 1,347 Tigers, 6,000 total Panzers. Each Sherman, $33,000, 3,000 man-hours. Tiger, $100,000, 300,000 man-hours. Factories decided. Otto Carius captured, writes, "Quality beats quantity until quantity becomes quality." Normandy proved it. Bocage negated Tiger advantages. 57-ton behemoths bogged where 30-ton Shermans floated. Maybach engines failed every 100 km. Wright R975s ran 200 kilometers between overhauls. GIs field-swapped tracks with truck parts. Tigers needed factories 400 kilometers rear. RAF bombed nightly. Tactics evolved. Rhino hedgerow cutters. Crab flails. Easy 876mm matching KWK-40s. Mulberry Harbors delivered 2.5 million ton supplies. Germans lost 50,000 tons in Falaise. Combined arms crushed Panzer aces, Typhoons, Priests, M10s, infantry bazookas. Wittmann's 138 kills legendary. His Tiger 205, Firefly Alley ambush, Hauptmann von Luck's memoir. Shermans weren't better tanks, they were better war. POW Kurt Meyer. We built cathedrals, Americans built tractors. Becker nods. 1 Tiger equals 10 Shermans in duel. 50 Shermans equals Tiger graveyard. Paris falls August 25th. Seine Bridges September. Rhine by March. Ardennes bulge. Last gasp. 500 Panzers versus 5,000 Shermans. Same math. Becker repatriated 1946. Sees Volkswagen factory. American occupation. Mass production lesson learned. Panzer crews laughed at toys. Toys conquered Berlin. What began with mockery ended in awe. Quantity had quality all its own. The Sherman steamroller rolled on.